Thank you very much. I am joined by back-to-back first team All LCS top laner, Hanser. Hanser, an absolutely amazing series, one of the craziest we've probably seen in the stage in 5 games. How do you control the mentality after things flip so fast like that in a game as such?
You know, it was really hard because we won the first 2 games really decisively, and I felt like a lot of us became really impatient and wanted to end the game quickly, just to, like, secure the win. And because of that, we ended up losing the next 2 games. And to, like, bounce back, we pretty much just, like, had a huge talk where we need to reset our minds and, like, play from the underdog mindset. And I think that helped us really a lot and secure the victory.
Well, secure the victory you did. I saw you come up the first one to hoist that trophy with a big smile on your face. You had quite the task this year. As Doublelift left, you had to become more of a voice. You even had to do more work in the top lane. How does it feel now knowing you've got that all NALCS top lane and now the NALCS Spring Trophy?
It feels really good because the split, I think I improved the most out of any split I've ever played, and it just feels great to win twice in a row.
Well, I'm sure the fans here behind you, they cheered all day. If you have anything to say, friends, family, go ahead.
Thank you all for supporting us, and we're going to win Summer 2.
All right, thank you very much, Hanser. We will be back with a full interview from TSM. Right now, we're going to throw it up to the casters to break down some more.
The confidence of that man there. They're going to win Summer. The triple has never happened, but TSM now set up for that as well.
Yeah, I mean, such an incredible series, narrowly avoiding that reverse sweep. And just down the stretch, the highest pressure decisions being able to be made by TSM. And remember, Hanser and Bjergsen calling most of those things, but it's all chaos. Everyone has to make their decisions in those moments, and TSM narrowly came out ahead.
Yeah, they didn't. You know, with Cloud9 having such a powerful 1-3-1 composition, you have to wonder, should they have stuck more to that? Building fully forward with the Bloodthirster, you know, on your Kled and Lichbane, Echo in a side lane. It felt like perhaps had they played a more measured game down the stretch, they could have split pushed that game out.
And I think a lot of those things, experience, discipline, the macro game that TSM are known for, C9, we've seen, you know, them improve so much over the last few splits, but the little things are still TSM's favor, and I think that was all it really took to win this game, because there was not much else in it.
Yeah, it was just the smallest of decisions, like Hanser being able to get the right Hextech ultimatums in the right spots, Bjergsen always finding the right stuns. Every little thing.
Well, let's have a look at how that game ended. We have a replay of the Elder Dragon game-ending fight. I mean, this game was insanely close all the way up until that point. So we'd be curious to see just exactly how that happened, because Jensen, like, a mechanical mistake is so rare from a player like him.
Yeah, and I mean, you have to think he just got CC chained,
I think so.
right? And you have to be able to be ready to use that Zhonya's on in the moment's notice. So track Jensen on the top side of the fight into the bubble. He got bubbled there, it looked like, by Biofrost. Not able to Zhonya's as he sees that skill shot coming in. Very easy to lose track of that in the fight.
Yeah, and the rest of C9 just try and bail out towards the end of that one. And when Jensen goes down, the whole team loses that momentum. And from that point forward, it was a push mid to push bot. And TSM watch. Let's see this one more time.
Yep.
Yeah, it was that bubble. It did look like. So, I mean, Biofrost had some huge bubbles, and something like that, it's so hard to track in a team fight with the Hextech ultimatum and all these animations down on top of it. You know, Jensen, had he been able to all back out of that, or perhaps Zhonya's the bubble set himself up for a damaging ultimate, that could have changed it. But these little plays completely changed the game.
Well, we had a lot of great performances today, but we'd like to recognize one player who stood above the rest to earn the player of the series. Let it be known, this was insanely close, but we do give it to Hanser today.
Yeah, right between Hanser and Bjergsen, but if you look at the entirety of the series, Hanser really took over games 1 and 2. The Camille game he had up against Raze Kennen absolutely demolished him.
Yeah, he was just crushing everyone in game 1. Game 2, he was incredibly pivotal as well. Even in some of their losses, he was really big.
Nearly decided the series in that game 3 when he got that pick on a sneaky, but they couldn't close it out in the end. Here's the stats from his 3 wins.
Actually pretty insane numbers, especially you could see TSM, how dominant they were in those first 2 games. Full credit to Cloud9 for making it go all the distance, but unfortunately for them, could not clutch it this time.
No, they definitely couldn't. And I mean, for TSM, although Hanser may be highlighted here, it really was a team effort. It was Svenskeren working so incredibly well with him, I think deserves so much attention, because that pair was so strong for me throughout this series, matching up, getting his top laner ahead, and putting him in positions where he could succeed.
Yeah, and no one at this level succeeds without their teammates. There were so many of those moments where, oh, Bjergsen got ahead in the mid lane because his bottom lane was able to ward, or because the top lane was able to come down and gank. Everyone had out from their teammates in this series.
Well, let's send it over to Riv for an interview with Cloud9 support.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. I am joined by Cloud9 Smoothie, first team All-NA LCS support. Smoothie, as I was saying to Hanser, this is one of the craziest best of fives we've probably seen on this stage with the intensity you guys played that last game. Kind of take me back to game 3 when you guys were able to find your footing. What was in Cloud9's mind to say, we can still do this?
I think the first 2 games, we just weren't warmed up enough. Maybe we played a lot worse than we usually do and made a lot more individual mistakes, and we just lost 2 games off those.
And being a rookie coming in this split, how much has the team kind of helped you, bolstered you, and how have you grown as a player here?
I don't know about being a rookie, but I don't know, C9 helps me like a lot. This year has been like the best learning experience for me as a player. I think Reaper helps a lot. Everybody on the team really knows how to teach everyone else how to like play the role, and yeah, it's a really good environment for me.
Absolutely, and as you are in Canada, a pretty great environment for you all together. Do you have any things you would like to say to the fans here after your game?
Thank you so much. Just thank you so much for watching, and sorry you didn't make it this time. I failed twice in Canada, like to win the split, and it feels really bad, but Vancouver's been really nice to me, and just thank you, everybody.
Smoothie, thank you very much. Fantastic play on the day. We all love the Gragas. All right, now we're going to throw it over to Freak to get an interview with Team Solo Mid.
Thank you very much, Rivington. I am here with your 2017 Spring Champions. It is TSM joining me on the analyst desk. Got them all in glory right here. Hansler, starting with you. You were player of the series. We've said it probably 70 times. All team top lane. Almost MVP. Are you salty about that anyway? And then redeeming yourself here, winning the final.
You know, I don't really. It kind of sucks I didn't get MVP, but I think Arrow did play pretty well, and like I'm glad for him that he got it. And in terms of like impacting the finals, it didn't really matter that much. Like I'd rather have first place in finals than MVP. So.
Yeah, so you did get first place in finals, so congratulations on an amazing game here. Svenskeren, it feels like you always get a playoff buff. That's been one of the stories with you. You've now become the first TSM jungler to win 2 championships. That's never happened in TSM history. That's a Reddit fact. Thank you, internet forums. I imagine that wasn't pressure for you, but coming in on the stage sort of to defend the title, especially as they start coming back in Game 5, what was that pressure like to still navigate those tight situations?
Yeah, so I guess I felt kind of pressured because I had a pretty bad split, so I kind of had to perform here in playoffs. Otherwise, yeah, the whole year would just be like kind of bad for me. But yeah, I'm kind of happy with my performance here in the last best of 5. But nah, I still had a lot of mistakes, and yeah, I guess I'm just happy for TSM organization that we won and the jungler 2 times win or whatever.
There you go. That's obviously more important than TSM win overall, but congratulations on that one. Bjergsen, now to you. TSM have won, I think it's now 5 championships in North America in 9 total splits. You've won more than half of them all overall. You're now kind of the marquee player of TSM. You've got 4 championships yourself. Reggie's won 1. You've got the other 4. Talk to me about this continued dominance for TSM, once again being on top, keeping the crown, another 2-time-in-a-row champion. Just talk to me about TSM and just remaining excellent for basically ever.
I think a really big reason why TSM always does well, always gets to the final or wins, is largely because of Reginald. Because every time we struggle, every time we having trouble improving or not doing well, he steps in and he reinforces those rules and the mindset of how to look at the game, and it helps us improve so fast. That's why you see oftentimes when Reggie comes in, he doesn't have to be there every scrim every day. He just enforces a mindset, a way of thinking the game, and then that just skyrockets our improvement. So I think that's a really big reason.
Yeah, and of course you guys have improved. #1 North America obviously sounds pretty great. Wild Turtle, now to you. The first few games you guys won lane so hard. You're up like 20, 30 CS, and then it felt like the bot lane came back and you had some rough games in Game 3 and 4. And then coming to Game 5, you've got to bounce back from this. And talk to me about how you kind of focused in on this one. You got the Canadian crowd behind you, of course, you're Canadian yourself, and coming back where the reverse sweep is almost there.
It was definitely extremely nerve-wracking, like just losing 2 games in a row, like really hit my morale a lot, and I don't know if I was going to be able to perform the 5th game. I don't think I played extremely well the 5th game, I would say, but I'm glad I was able to rely on my teammates and able to come together and overcome this victory.
And you did overcome. Vincent, now to you. Biofrost, Vancouver native, to my understanding. Yep. Hometown for you. Crowd going to cheer for that one, of course. And I am curious because one of the stories coming into this was that it seemed like you choked in high-pressure situations. Last finals didn't look as good for you individually. TSM, I don't want this to sound like a negative, but had a short run at the World Championship. You went up against Doublelift in the regular season, and suddenly you have a bad game there, and you're once again in the finals, and a lot of the pressure's on you. You had the game-winning bubble that caught off Jensen. Talk to me about working through now your second split as a pro, I believe it is, and shutting off the nerves and making sure you're playing to your level.
I think there's a lot of criticism on whether or not I'm just getting carried or not.
Sure.
I always get those comments on whenever I play poorly in lane or stuff, but all that criticism does help me become better as a player. I always take it into account. I think about what I could do differently every game, and honestly, I'm just really happy to be here today in front of everyone here and to be able to win it all.
Did you hear the crowd is behind you? Some signs of your own face as well. There's a Who's Your Daddy sign if you missed it, by the way. That went up on camera, and it was obviously of your face. Parth, you've been leading the team for a while now as the coach. You're heading to Mid-Season Invitational. You're representing North America. You've got big shoes to fill. Sealed, you got second last time around. How's TSM going to do heading into the biggest international tournament of the year?
Well, we're going to try to do better than last time, but that's not the highest standard that we can set. I think it's all just about, we know that at our best, we can at least compete against a lot of the teams that we're going to be facing there, and I'm excited to meet up against G2, SKT that just qualified. It's going to give us a lot of experience going there, and we're just going to, I don't know, as cheesy as it sounds, we're just going to try our best, and hopefully we do you guys proud.
Absolutely. Reginald, goals for TSM. You have now won more than half of all North American championships. Parth says at your best you can compete with these guys. How high are the goals for TSM as you continue to be this dominant team?
Oh, yeah, so it's really important for me to continually improve, right? And every single time we go to an international event, we always fall short of expectation, and that feels really bad. So we always go back to the drawing board and think about how we can improve. I really want MSI to be about improving as much as we can and then going into Worlds and actually showing a real performance. We've disappointed our fans for a really long time now, right? Because it's kind of all talk, because I talk about Worlds a lot, and we haven't really gone to semis, even the finals yet, for 4 or 5 years, and that's disappointing to me. And all my players, when we win the finals in NA, that's kind of like an expectation when you join TSM, right? The expectation is to go and dominate the finals, and we won the first 2 games really clean. The first 3 games were really messy. We have to just constantly look at that performance and improve on it, and go in MSI, try our best. And I do want to say that we're going to go to Worlds a lot stronger this year than last year, and I think that we're going to go really far at Worlds this year, for sure.
Absolutely. Of course, the crowd excited to hear you do well. This will be the last time we get to hear from you until we see you on stage at the Mid-Season Invitational. Would anyone like to share some final thoughts to share with their fans, to share with North America? Parting words before we see you at Brazil.
I love you, Bio Daddy.
Thanks, Vancouver, for having us. It's been amazing being here, and I really love this place. So thank you.
The crowd thanks you as well, and we thank you for all of your time and all of your hard work at the North American LCS. We'll see you in Brazil. The Mid-Season Invitational. TSM, of course, will be representing North America in the biggest tournament of the year so far. And for more of our thoughts looking ahead into Brazil, join myself, Kobe, and Jat on NA LCS tonight after our broadcast. We'll see you there in 5 minutes. But on behalf of myself, TSM, all the players, all the casters, the entire broadcast crew as well, thank you so much, Vancouver. Thank you for watching, and we will see you at MSI.